Whoa, what's up, man? Yeah, I meant to go live, man. Appreciate everybody for showing up. We're gonna run through this, basically like a video. So we're in uncharted territory in the XFL. You know what I'm saying? We've made it past the week 6 point. Not last year, but in 2020, the league got shut down after 6 weeks. So we in uncharted waters. You know what I'm saying? A brand new horizon, if you will. And it's exciting. But before I talk about that, I got to talk about the fact that while the point we're at now is exciting, week 6, week 5, week 4, less so. You know, I saw a lot of people kind of start to lose interest, and my interest waned itself. You know what I'm saying? NFL free agency was a reason. March Madness was a reason. And I think just general like football fatigue. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just been dealing with football for so long. I think I kind of hit a point where I was like, yeah, man, I'm kind of burnt out and I wanted to do something different on my weekends. You know what I'm saying? Take the kid to the park, do some other things. But this past week, I got back into it. You know what I'm saying? I made sure to have the games and everything on. And I think it's a real good time to shake back and to come back, because we're almost to the end of the season. Week 7 out of 10, we're going into a lot of exciting things have happened. You know what I'm saying? And I want to kind of talk about that just a little bit. First thing I want to talk about, the viewership. The viewership saw a major shake back starting in week 6. We actually got, as you can see right here, this is Mike Mitchell, by the way. Shout out to Mike Mitchell, man. He posts a lot of different numbers and a lot of things on the XFL, covers a lot of different things, USFL as well. So, you know, it's a good person to follow if you're into spring football. You feel me? All right, let's find back where we was at. This week, as you will see, we got our first game to go over 1 million viewers in a while. Last week, man, they averaged 240, like basically 250,000 viewers. This week, 1 million plus on ABC. 371 for this Vegas St. Louis game. Didn't do that great. But San Antonio, Arlington, 753. And the numbers for last night haven't come in yet. So once we get the numbers from last night, we'll see. We'll see where we at. You know what I'm saying? But right now, man, I think the league is kind of shaking back a little bit. Also, The Rock and Danny Garcia already announced that there will be a season 2. There will be a season next year. So I think that's a good thing. Hold on, let me see where I'm at real quick. Okay, yeah. All right, so going into week 7 out of 10, we're almost to the point where the championship game comes around, and that's going to bring us to this week highlights, man. You know what I'm saying? So our first game, we had Houston versus DC. Okay, the big dogs, 4-0 versus 5-1, and we learned a lot in this game. Houston came out on fire. They wanted to show them boys that they were the original undefeated team. All right, the original big dogs, still 4-1, still cold. They came out and struck first. Quick touchdown, double back with the conversion, which y'all will see in just a second. This game was getting chippy a lot too, man. Got chippy a lot through here. So right here, boom, gonna come through. 2-point conversion, nice find by Brandon Silvers. And let me say this: if you didn't see this game, this was pretty much the only thing Houston did for the rest of the night. Well, they kind of shoot back and forth, but you'll see, man. DC, they just come at you in waves, bro. Look at this catch by Lucky Jackson. He drags the inside foot, man. This catch is just nasty, bro. I really thought this was out of bounds at first, but when I saw it again, he didn't drag the back foot, dude. Drug the front foot, which, you know, you gotta be pretty athletic to do that. Once DC got rolling, they were just smacking Houston, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. They were smacking Houston, but it's kind of a scary thing because this is a championship preview. You know what I mean? And DC's DC, Greg Williams, was doing a damn good job. He was mixing it up, man. Sometimes he'll drop 8. Sometimes he was hitting them with the blitz. And Brandon Silvers starting quarterback for Houston, or he was the starting quarterback, he really struggled in this game, and he actually gets benched. And once he gets benched, you'll see that's when Houston kind of starts to shake back. You know what I'm saying? But it was really too little too late, because DC was doing such a great job of mixing it up with the run pass, and they was using Houston's aggressiveness and using their film study against them. You know what I'm saying? They were showing them looks that look familiar, like you'll see right here on the Sluggo. Oh, I know what this is. No, you don't. You know what I'm saying? And this should have been a touchdown. I don't really know, why Lecky went out of bounds right there, but it is what it is. Now this highlight, man, it's the first one I cut up, and it's way too long, but I wanted to show y'all because even though Houston ends up taking the L, they made some big plays once this backup quarterback came in. Number 14, when he came in, bro, he really was balling up. He can move a lot better than Brandon Silvers, and he made a lot of explosive plays, but here is the issue. I don't know how sustainable this is from week to week, and DC has caused Houston now a lot of uncertainty, right? We don't even know who the starting quarterback. This deep in the season, you have to make a quarterback change. That's kind of shaky, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you are the leading team in your division and one of the teams that's expected to be in the championship. Next up, we had St. Louis and Vegas. Nothing really to write home about in this one. I'm showing the score right here because you can see it was a beatdown, man. The only thing really to talk about is the fact that AJ McCarron, bro, he had a point in this game where he completed 19 straight passes. 19 straight. That's crazy. So he was dotting them up with the efficiency. He went, what did he go? 23 of 29 for 236 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He was going crazy. And Vegas, man, they just, they're struggling. They just kind of sliding along, trying to see what they can do. Arlington and San Antonio, man, I didn't see this game, but it didn't seem like a very entertaining game, not a very exciting game. But in the fourth quarter, man, it was a very close game. So a lot of these games, they might not be fun throughout, but when the fourth quarter hit, bro, things will really pick up. Couple big plays right here, and you'll see in a minute, man. This was a special teams game, right? Now, their kicker, man, is actually pretty damn good. He was 8 of 9 before that kick, but smokes it. And, I feel like it was a big kick, but at the same time, when you see the final score, maybe not so much. Nice run right here by Jaquez Patrick, ex-preseason Bengal. You know what I'm saying? 46-yarder, knocks it through. Oh, no, this ain't the game I thought it was. The special teams I'm talking about, that'll come through more in the next game, actually. My bad. But yeah, man, this game was, like I said, it was close, but it wasn't the most exciting. San Antonio's going to take it. Arlington going to turn the ball over right here with a gimme interception. You feel me? And then that brings us to the last game of the week. I think it was actually the first game of the week. But Seattle, man, both of these teams, Seattle and Orlando, both started out 0-2 on the season. But Seattle is on a 4-game winning streak, so they're 4-2 now. You know what I'm saying? And Orlando is just fighting, trying to get their first victory. And they was desperate, really, to get that dub in the win column. And you can see with plays like this. You know what I'm saying? Like they really put forth a good effort, which made this an entertaining game. All right, so this is the game I was talking about where special teams is everything. You can see it was a 1-point game at the start of the fourth quarter. Seattle hits a field goal. All right. Orlando comes back, hit a 50-yarder. You know what I'm saying? Boom, a 1-point game again. And now you're going to see where special teams for them kind of goes left. It kind of goes left. Here we go. So, boom. This was a crazy play, so I just had to put it in here. It has no impact on the game whatsoever. But bam! Dude get knocked out. Helmet comes off, fumbles the ball, but his guy picks it up. Ends up getting a nice gain out of it. You know what I'm saying? The flag on the play was actually on Seattle. So this stood and they added extra yards on top of it. But it ended up not mattering at all, which you're going to see in just a second. Right after my man's finished running this thing. All right. So here we go. They blocked the punt. Turnover on downs. Ball goes out of bounds and Yeah, man, that's how you remain defeated. All right. Seattle comes back, easy touchdown. I don't know what that zone was. And Orlando did a good job, bro. They shut down Josh Gordon. He didn't have a catch. And the leading receiver in the league, oh my God, Jakir Pearson. He had like 4 catches for 18 yards. So neither of them really had a good day at all. But still, man, Seattle was able to come out on top. So this your standings right here. The top 2 teams in each division make the playoffs. So you can see the Defenders rolling 6-0. Pretty much a shoe-in at this point for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? St. Louis and Seattle. That's an interesting battle, bro. Because early in the year, DC was already rolling. But early in the year, I was saying St. Louis and Seattle, to me, are 2 teams that was sneaky. Like, if they could get in the playoff, if they can make something shake, they were scary teams. And you're seeing it. They battling for that number 2 spot. And it's almost to the point where I wish it was just the 4 best teams, because I'd take these 3 and Houston, because the South ain't really, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, the South has the only team with no win. And then San Antonio's 2-4. That was a bad loss by Arlington to them, because they really could have been right up here with Houston this week. You know what I'm saying? But the most interesting thing going into week 7, to me at least, let me show you. Seattle's taking on Arlington, right? Seattle taking on Arlington. Not an easy game by any stretch, but if they can keep it going, you know, they got a shot to put some pressure on St. Louis, who's taking on Houston in Houston. All right. And Houston then lost 2 games in a row. So they're going to really be pressed to try to come back and get that dub. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's going to be pretty interesting to see how that shake out. It's all but over. Well, no, it's over for Orlando. It's over for San Antonio. It's over for Vegas. But we still got 5 teams, man. Got 5 teams. We got 4 playoff spots. So somebody's going to get left out. Who's that going to be? You know what I'm saying? We'll see. We will see. All right, let me hit the chat real quick. For the Battle Hog. Arlington just traded for Luis Perez. I saw that. I saw Arlington just made the trade. Let me see what they do. I also saw my boy it was trying to recruit Cam. For the to come into the league. That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna just tell you right now. I actually don't think it'll be a bad move for Cam. To be honest, like, go get the reps. You know what I'm saying? That Marquette King, that's who it was that was recruiting him. It was like, bro, just come get the reps. But see, the problem is, at this point, 1, you're too far into the season. Cam already had talked about the fact that, you know, he struggled trying to integrate himself into an offense midway through the year. Like, so that don't really make a lot of sense. Like, not to mention, if he doesn't do well in the XFL, you know, Cam is a superstar still. Even though he don't got this superstar like ability anymore, he's still a superstar. So if he don't do well in the XFL, that's gonna be real damaging to his brand, and it's a risk that I'm not sure he would want to take, because the upside is like, you know, it's not the highest. So I guess we'll have to see what's up with that. DC stand up, man. One thing I like about DC, bro, I feel like what they do offensively is extremely sustainable. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way they run their offense, typically it's a run-heavy offense. You know what I'm saying? But they can catch teams. They're smart enough to catch teams loading up, over-pursuing, overplaying. And you saw it in that Houston game, bro. Big plays after big plays after big plays. Mostly with little double moves and, you know, stuff like that. So I thought they did a damn good job. And while Houston got outplayed, I thought they really got out-coached. You know, Greg Williams, man, you know, Bounty Gate aside, Greg Williams was going crazy. Like, I was just watching him confuse the hell out of Brandon Silvers, man. I seen on one, he sent the linebacker, and then he sent the corner from the left side and another DB from the other side. And the lineman was so confused. They was trying to pass off the blitzes. And the left tackle, essentially, I saw him do this 2 plays in a row. He was so confused, he just didn't block nobody. So the blitz got there, and the man that was lined up over him both got there on Brandon Silvers. And it was a tough day for him for sure. Let's see. Brahmas and Sea Dragons this weekend. I like these matchups. Let me pull that back up. Go back to the schedule. Put my chat over here so I can see. What's up, Only Demon? What's up, Quinn Murphy? Honestly, XFL 2020 would have lasted if COVID never happened. That's facts. That's absolutely facts, man. They were doing real good. And it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate how that played out. But, everything happened for a reason. Right now it's interesting because the USFL is actually kind of shooting some shots, man. The USFL actually shooting some shots. Let me see if I can find it real quick. They're throwing a little shade at the XFL. Just a little competition, man. Ain't nothing crazy, but I gotta say, I like both leagues, but a lot of USFL fans are kind of bragging about the fact that they did make it through their season. But it's like, bro, 2 things. 1, XFL got hit with the pandemic in the middle of their season. That's kind of hard to shake back from. 2, the XFL is actually doing it where it's not all in one centralized location. Like we're going to different places, and when you're watching on TV, that helps a lot. Because when I was watching the USFL, if it wasn't Bama playing, there was no crowd, and you get kind of bored. Like there's no scenery, it's just not the same culture almost as the XFL. Like the XFL has got like a culture. They got the beer snake. They got all of these different things going on, and I think that's fun. I think that's something. All right, here we go. Let me switch this back over. So boom, XFL co-owner Dwayne Johnson on their Hollywood jab. Essentially, well, let me see if I can read this. This is the USFL reborn from the OGs. So essentially the USFL dropped an ad where they just threw a little shade. They said, this is the USFL reborn from the OGs. This isn't some Hollywood knockoff. You know what I'm saying? And obviously the whole Hollywood thing, that's going to be a little bit of a shot at the Hollywood guy, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But man, I got to say, bro, like, I feel like they've really been putting their foot down and really like grinding to make the league work. And to be honest, the Hollywood stuff is, other than Player 54, which is dope, but the other Hollywood by my guy Peter Burry, by the way, that's my dude, you know what I'm saying? But as far as marketing and everything like that, man, the XFL, I didn't really think they did a great job. Like the lead-in time wasn't good. There was like, they told us the league was coming, and then you just really didn't hear anything. You know what I'm saying? Then it just kind of popped up. But I thought the lead-in time could have been better. I thought the marketing could have been a lot better. But it's the first season, and I think they understood the importance of laying a foundation. Let's get one under our belts. Here later in their season, they're moving to the bigger networks, ABC, get more viewership. So I think they're doing pretty good, man. I think they're doing pretty good. So just a quick update. I didn't want this to be much longer than a typical video, but I wanted to do it in a live format just to kind of try that out. Finishing just in time to go get the kid off the bus. So I'm gonna go and do that. Man, thank y'all for coming through. I'll catch y'all in the next one. If people enjoyed this, man, we'll probably do this more often. We'll see. Kind of see how it goes. I'll just play it by ear. But that's it, man. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.